Greetings. Welcome to the virtual command environment. I'm the artificial.
Welcome back to Effers. Today I got another story for you guys. Now this one is dedicated to my homeboy William Robinson because he brought this up in a comment yesterday. And he reminded me of this story. Now this story may actually piss or anger one of my friends. And I'm going to leave one friend out of it due to personal reasons, but yeah, so let's see if I can remember this and do it justice. All right, so once upon a time, me, Billy, his little brother David, and a friend of ours, Mark, and another friend decided that we were gonna go do some night hunting for pigs. Now, well, no. See, now I already got it wrong. We went fishing. And we just happened to take a bunch of guns with us because, you know, we're a bunch of crazy idiots. But so here we are. My friend has this really nice. Well, back in the day, it was like a 90, 98, something like that. It was a step side Chevy truck. It was really nice. It was kind of low, you know. There was like a little body kit thing kind of going on it. And so we went out there to go fishing, and there was a little creek entrance way where the water would come into the lake that we were at. And I was fishing on one side of it, and they were fishing on another. So at some point, our nameless friend decided to tell Mark to move the truck over this way to where I was. And he said, you know, because the water wasn't even maybe like 3 inches deep in that little mouth. Let's call it a mouth where the water feeds into the lake. You know, and it wasn't that wide either. It must have been maybe like 6 feet wide and about 3 inches deep. So Mark says, okay. And at this time, William and his little brother David were on the opposite side fishing, on the other side of the lake. So Mark decides to drive that low truck across that little mouth. And as I turned around to look to see what he was doing, it was too late for me to tell him. The whole front end of the truck went down and into the mud. And I'm talking about all the way up to the hood. I mean, the whole front end of the truck was almost submerged. And I was just like, okay, so William and David start running around the lake coming up to where I'm at. And Mark climbed out of the window of the truck because the mud was right up to where the door opens to the truck, and he had to climb out the window and out through the back of the truck to get out, because what we didn't want to do was get the inside of the truck dirty, because that truck belonged to his dad, and his dad really loved that truck. And so he climbed out the back, and he got out through the back and, you know, got to kind of dryish land. So at this point, we're all standing on dry land looking at the truck, trying to comprehend, I guess, what had just happened. And well, we started trying to come up with plans to get it out of the mud and how we're gonna do this. And of course, me being the heaviest one in the group, they're like, Isaac, stand on the back of the truck and start jumping. Maybe it'll give it enough traction to pull it out. Now, mind you, this truck had like slick street tires, you know, almost like racing tires, you know, those like, you know, high performance tires for those nice trucks. So it wasn't getting no grip no matter how much I weighed. And it was hard because you had to climb in through the back of the truck and then through the window to get in so that you wouldn't get no mud inside the truck. And so that's how we did it. We were there fighting to get this truck out for God knows how long. And then little did you know, I mean, after a couple of hours of trying, we tried everything we could. We stuck boards under it. We stuck fence posts under it that, were just thrown around. We tried to dig it out at a point. William lost his boot in the mud. It was hilarious. It was funny. So there we are, and the sun is going down. So we're just looking at each other like, damn, we're messed up. We're up shit creek without a paddle. Because we didn't have a cell phone in these times. We didn't have no way of contacting anybody to come help us. And the house to the ranch was way, like, I'm talking about maybe a mile and a half out yonder. You had to go through a bunch of cactuses to get to where you needed to go, and then up a hill because the house was on top of a hill. So as soon as it got dark, we ain't had no choice. So we all drew straws to see who was gonna go through the brush and get up to that house. And so my friend is my nameless friend and Mark, they draw the short straw. So there they go, and you can hear him. Ah, shit, damn it, oh, all the way till you couldn't hear him no more. And me, David, and William were sitting in the back of the truck, just chilling, until we started to notice something. We started to hear all this rustling and all this rustling and running around and scurrying about, little brush moving and twigs moving and so on and so forth. So like, what's all that? And William was like, I don't know, dude. I thought I saw something. And David's like, look. David points and we look, and the only flashlight we had, we were saving the battery because it wasn't very powerful to begin with, just one of those old school flashlights, So we light whatever it was up, and the eyes were glowing, and we freaked out. And I mean, now we know what back then we didn't know what it was, but now we figured it out. It was a bunch of coyotes. I guess, they saw us sitting there and like, mira nomás, look at that, a buffet, It was a bunch of coyotes. I think we counted like 8. At the most, there was 12 coyotes, and they were just running around the truck in every which way. So once we figured out, that it was actual living thing that was running around out there, well, we took the guns out of the gun cases, we loaded up, and man, we just started shooting. We started letting rounds out, letting fly every which way. We were letting rounds fly left, right, At one point, I think David actually nicked one because I heard it yelp. And, we're letting shotgun rounds out, 22 caliber rounds out, just shooting in all directions, really. We were freaking out, man. There was a bunch of them. And at this time, we were still kind of inexperienced, being in the outdoors by ourselves. And so at some point, William decided to get on the inside. It was hot out there. So he decided to climb through the window and get on the inside of the truck, turn it on so that he could turn the AC on. And when he happened to do that, apparently this truck had one of them old school phones, a phone that was attached to the truck. I don't know if you call it a satellite phone. I don't know what it would be called right now. It's just a phone. It was a car phone, really. And for some reason, this car phone was able to get service out there. It wasn't really a cell phone, but it got some kind of a service from some antenna. I don't know what it was. And this fool, instead of calling like someone to come help us, he called his girlfriend at the time and was telling her that he was gonna die of pneumonia because he was soaking wet, he was cold, and all this shit. And then me and Dave were looking, is this fool talking to somebody on that phone? So we started banging on that back window, and he's like, what? He's like, what? I'm like, dude, tell her to call some help, fool. And he's all like, nah, it's because they're bothering me. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm like, dude, we're stuck out here like dummies, you know? Come on. So he finally told her that we needed help, and what this old girl decided to do was call our moms. Well, not Mark's mom, but she called my mom, and she called William's mom, and which is David's mom. So, So yeah, at this point we're just there arguing with William's dumb A, and all of a sudden we started seeing car lights coming up the dirt road from where we had got from the main gate to the the ranch. And lo and behold, it was Mark and my nameless friend that had finally gotten to the house, I guess, and the owner of the ranch hired a wrecker, a tow truck, to come out and fish us out. Really, really, really nice man. You know, I'm not gonna mention his name right now because I don't want to. You know, he's been gone a couple of years, and I don't want to. You know, but very, very good man. You know, and so he paid for the wrecker to come out and get us out. And for a minute there, it didn't look like the wrecker could get us out. The wrecker actually had to tie its front winch to a tree in order to give it more power to pull the truck out of the mud. But they got it out. I mean, we got it out, and you know, they dragged us out to the main road. So, and at this point, Mark and Nameless over here was like, what in the hell were y'all shooting at? I'm like, dude, there was a lot of coyotes, man. They were everywhere, man. They were trying to get us, man. And then so we get to the main road, to the highway, and we head out. But before we could go back home, we needed to clean this truck. Like, this truck was, like, it was really pretty. It was a nice white truck with, I think, red interior. We need to clean that because Mark's dad was gonna be PO'd, and he was actually, because we managed to get all the mud off of the outside of the truck, but I guess while it was sitting in the driveway, all the mud that was stuck underneath just like kind of like clumped and dropped and fell underneath the truck, and he ended up looking underneath the truck and seeing all the mud that was there, and he was not happy. I mean, he bitched us all out. And then Mark bitched us out because we got him in trouble. So, I mean, these are just some freaking events. And I still can't believe that this fool was calling his girlfriend and telling him he was going to die from pneumonia. I still can't believe that. That's hilarious. And, so yeah, like, that's one of our adventures, you know. We had so many back in the day, man. We did so much dumb A, you know, that I'm surprised that we're still around, to be honest, you know. William especially, man. William, back in his day when he was younger, he was the craziest one of us. David ain't too far behind, but, you know, he's a little calmed down now. But yeah, you want to hear any more stories, you know, just, you know, hit me up, let me know, put your comments down below, you know, let me know what you want me to talk about. You know, I got a couple of more stories I'm going to bring up. You know, not all of them are, you know, funny, not all of them are, you know, they're not all, some of them are funny, some of them are going to be sad, you know, it's just, you know, life happens, you know what I'm saying? Life happens and things happen and you learn from them, you learn from your mistakes, so on and so forth. And once again, I'm not directing this towards anybody. This is just me talking. So, like, if it wasn't funny then, believe me, a few years later, it's going to be hilarious because, man, we got our butts chewed out. I think for a few days actually. And well, when I come back, I'll tell you the story of how William's foot caught on fire when we were doing a bonfire at his grandma's house. If you like these stories, put it down in the descriptions. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.